High noon here on the East Coast, and a Fox News alert, some brand new reaction to the Supreme Court's decision on Arizona's controversial immigration law. The court upholding a key provision in the law, which requires police question immigration status while enforcing other laws if there is reasonable suspicion to do so. The court struck down 3 of the other parts of the law in question, including a requirement that all immigrants obtain or carry papers, another making it a state crime for an illegal immigrant to seek a job, and allowing police to arrest suspected illegal immigrants without warrants. We're just getting some new reaction from presidential candidate Mitt Romney, who's calling for a national immigration strategy. The former governor says states have a duty and a right to secure borders. More on that as we get it. In the meantime, Arizona Republican Congressman Jeff Flake joins us now from Phoenix with his reaction to this news. Congressman, what changes in the streets of Arizona because of the ruling today?
Well, local law enforcement has been working for a long time to work with the federal government where we can to ensure that immigration laws are enforced. This is a bit of a mixed bag. That part of the ruling was upheld, or that part of the law was upheld, but it was simply remanded, frankly, back to the Ninth Circuit, so it's not even clear there. The troubling part is that the federal government is spending all this time in court suing the state instead of doing what we need to do to secure the border, and that's what's troubling to Arizonans. That, as Senator Kyle and Senator McCain said today, that we're litigants in the court rather than partners near the border, and that's what's troubling.
Congressman, we just heard that Mitt Romney wants a strategy as far as immigration. We've heard about talk from both parties that are looking for a comprehensive immigration reform. In some ways, does this ruling set out a guide that could be productive, meaning that the Supreme Court said this is what the states cannot do and this is what the federal government should do, and in some ways that provides us a guide that could be productive working towards that?
I don't know that it's effective or useful if the federal government simply is unwilling to do what it takes to secure the border. And just 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, the Obama administration sought to change the definition of operational control. So if we're not achieving it, then we just change the definition of it. And that's not what we need. Here in Arizona, we have good operational control in the Yuma sector, but not in the Tucson sector. In fact, it's rather poor in the Tucson sector. So what we need is for the federal government to focus a plan like the 10-point plan that myself and Senator Kyle and Senator McCain have introduced that is a broad-based plan on the border itself, including more resources and also swift and sure prosecution. To do in the Tucson sector what has worked in the Yuma sector. And that's what we just can't get the Obama administration to focus on.
One of your fellow Republicans, Senator Mike Lee, just said that this is a win for the administration. It's being categorized that by some today. What's your next step now?
Well, I think it certainly on a couple of the provisions, they did prevail. But on the one that most people focused on, there's some degree of victory for Arizona, but it's definitely a mixed bag. I think what we do and what we focus on now is just to continue to try to get the administration to focus on securing the border. When we can do that, then we can move on and do all the other items that we need to do, and there are many. But it has to start with securing the border.
Congressman Flake, nice to have your reaction to this news today. We look forward to having you back.
Thanks for having me.